Okay, I was talking about hosting the minister, of course, the new sports minister. His first job was actually to host the Golden Eaglet to dinner. And
what a way to start your new job.
What a way to start.
On a winning note. Can I say that?
Yeah, on a winning note. They've won before he was sworn in, so he was just hosting them.
Okay.
So we'll move from there. We'll see how many more teams are
when
definitely.
The 2016 Olympics comes into play, we'll have a good outing and he'll have to host more, because I think that is, for me, should be his main priority right now.
Right now, because preparations for Olympics, because you already have more athletes, all of them qualifying, making
Actually, he's got his work cut out.
Certainly.
We've got the African qualifiers.
Before we even go there, can we talk about the Super Eagles, of course?
That's
Start from you.
We're talking about the 2018 World Cup qualifiers as well, too, where Nigeria is, like I said, en route Lubamba to play Swaziland on Friday. That's one of his assignments as well. I'm not saying he's a minister of football, but those are really important.
Yes, we have to start, talking about that as well. It's not going to be about football only.
He knows that.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows that. So.
He knows his sports. For the Super Eagles, I think later today they should be arriving there in Swaziland. 6 hours flight it is, right?
Yeah, according to Toyin Bitoyi.
Okay, 6 hours flight. So they should be arriving in the next 4 hours, because they were on board when we were coming on air and all that.
I just wonder the impact of jet lag, if any, will have on the team. The match is on Friday. And
7 p.m. tomorrow.
Well,
they also train.
so.
I think they should arrive 2 p.m. today.
Yeah, 2 p.m.
They're supposed to train
Rest
around
about an
3
hour
hours.
or 2.
3 hours and train around 5.
Yeah, in the
between
evening.
5 to 7 in the evening. And of course, tomorrow they get to rest in the morning, and the game is at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. So I don't think they'll have any difficulty.
They are all professionals.
They are professionals.
They travel a lot, and they should be used to distances like this. And so hopefully they're not too fatigued. That's them right there on their way, looking all calm
and that's
and collected.
Kelechi Iheanacho. Looks like he's praying, but he's actually probably sending some messages to his fans.
It's with his phone.
Yeah.
Talking about phone, I mean, Sonny said something about the Super Eagles, that they don't really need a code of conduct for the team because it's really not necessary.
Yeah, but that's contrary to what the Nigerian Football Federation wants. So that'll be very interesting to monitor how that particular. I'm not going to call it an on-pass yet.
Does the coach perhaps think the code of conduct will make things a little bit too?
He says they are all professionals. I mean, they are some of them are married, with wife and kids. And you can't tell them, okay, you have to behave in a certain way when you are in camp, because simply they are all adults, so they know their differences and all that. So the only thing you can do, maybe regulates, but he just feels they don't need that code of conduct at all. They don't really need to tell a particular way to behave when you're in camp and all that, because when you have men...
You think they need to be guided?
So, it's not a big deal at all. It's done in almost all the countries around the world as well. So it's done in England. It's got to be some kind of guide. I'm not saying it should be too exactly. It doesn't have to be too rigid.
I think they check the details of it. Maybe that's what he's actually saying. He feels they don't really need that to behave.
Yeah, we'll see how that pans out at the end of the day.
We'll see how that pans out, definitely.
They definitely want the code of conduct for the Super Eagles, and I support it fully.
Okay, well, wanted to actually, check the codes coming from Sunday. Lisa, we're not really getting that. Okay, you have some tweets, right?
Probably as we go
after this break.
After the
before going on break, Sunday Lisa, definitely. I always talk about him. This is another opportunity to actually impress Nigerians. Some people are still not very confident in his ability to actually lead the Super Eagles and to the top. And this is going to be his 5th game, I believe, for Nigeria. He's won twice already. He's lost once and drawn one against Tanzania, the very first competitive game he played.
AFCON qualifier.
Yeah, that was goalless. A lot of Nigerians were like, oh, okay, what is this? What's this about? But then seriously now, it goes into his 2nd competitive game now against Swaziland, and he's got to really, really impress Nigerians with a solid
I think we even have the quotes now, so let's just take a look and see what he's saying.
Okay, these players are men, and some of them are even married, so deserve some respect. As professionals, they know how to behave in camp. If you want respect as a coach, you give it. If you want respect as a player, you should also give it. Spot on. I love that.
Okay. All right. Coach Sunday Lisa.
All this talk, he has to deliver tomorrow.
Okay.
It's as simple as that.
It's so easy to say now, but I bet you when well, we don't hope for, we don't pray for any crisis whatsoever. But if crisis starts, you know, people will go back and say, Coach, but remember you said this.
Exactly.
Like, you know, so we should actually take it with a little bit of.
No, I think I totally agree with him. I don't think adults should be told to behave like this and all that. I just hope the Super Eagles players, some of them didn't really know what to do. So if Nigerian Football Federation treats them well, they'll definitely reciprocate. Respect, that's what it's all about.
Okay. Final word from Assisi on that one.
Let's just get to listen to some guys who came to Nigeria who actually want to develop the sport. After watching the under-17, the progress they made and the successes they recorded and all that, they feel Nigeria has so much talent and they needed to actually find a way to groom this talent at the very top level. He's talking about goal ball tournaments.
To provide them with a platform to showcase their talent and possibly better their lives by giving them the opportunity of a football career in Europe. We believe that, you know, the key to unlocking Nigeria's potential really lies in our youths. And when you give them the opportunity, once the talent or talent meets opportunity, the sky is the limit. And so this is what we're about. This is why we are passionate about sports and youth development for Nigeria. We are quite confident that this is something that can be sustained, because once we are able to take these kids, young talented kids, the impact, the multipliers effect is wonderful for the families, you know, for the communities and the nation.
We came in with several scouts from Europe, from Finland, Belgium, Denmark and Holland that are here to scout young, good, talented players. We have 20 different teams from all across the country, from Owerri, Kogi, Enugu and other parts. And so far so good. From me and my partners, I think we've picked more than 20 players from here.
We have seen a couple of rather good talents, and now after this game we're going to sit down and make the decisions which players we start to work, and then we go ahead. You have almost 200 million people here, and under 17 is world champion second time in a row, so I think that tells everything about the amount of talents in your country. Of course, this under 17 is good role model for the many young guys here, but that's not the reason why we are here. We know already from history that here is a lot of good talents, and now Seana legal people, they have made very good job with the arrangements here. So we knew already before we came that the tournament level will be rather high. We are very selective which players we choose, and this is our strategy with Seana legal, that the ones we choose, we stand behind the players and we're gonna do as much as we can for them.
Saw some good talents, and one of the talents, an example of one of the talents I saw 2 years ago, and he was. They were now in the World Championship in Chile, and so there is talent enough in Nigeria to become also for the second time now in a row world champion under 17. So this says something about the talent Nigeria has. When they continue not only be a talent, because a talent is a talent, but in the coming years they have to show that they are capable to play in the Dutch league or in the German league. When they get abroad, when they go to another club like in Europe or something like this, and then from this talent you have to be a grown-up Premier League club player, and this has all to do with mentality. How is your focus on the soccer and not be like the star and behave like a star, and then it's finished with you. You have to prove every day that you are the soccer player who want to improve. And when this is the case in Nigeria with these talents, all the talents you have, then you will have a very good national team.